All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this next installment of some tips and tricks on how to conduct the Divemaster course. So for this one, we want to talk about catering to e-learners versus book learners. So we'll have a look at ways to, at this level, continue to engage those audiences using either of those learning options. So good place to start here as a reminder is going to be in the instructor manual in your Divemaster instructor guide. You'll see here there's some really helpful sequencing reminders here, right? So the first thing we want to do, regardless of the learning preference that your students have chosen, is to ensure that before we do anything here that you cover knowledge development topic 1 with those people, which is the role and characteristics of the PADI Divemaster. This is, as it says here, precedes all water sessions, exercises, workshops, assessments, and practical applications. And this is an instructor-delivered presentation. It's required even if the candidate completes the Divemaster e-learning, right? So again, it's something that we need for both of those options. So this gives you a good opportunity in and of itself to engage on either side of that, right? So if they are an e-learner, then this gives you an opportunity to connect with them digitally, right? Obviously, you probably are following up with them via email or phone. Maybe you've arranged a meet and greet ahead of time on a two-way platform, a conferencing platform, or established working groups with your different Divemaster candidate cohorts with WhatsApp, so they can ask you questions and things of that nature. So plenty of opportunity on that level. Obviously, when you're conducting this knowledge development topic 1, this also gives you an opportunity to orient that group, if they were e-learners, to the facility where you're going to conduct them training. So this allows you to, again, give them a tour of that facility, discuss equipment that you might have that they'll be using on the course, or equipment packages you have specific for them to facilitate their training on this course and for life afterwards. And to discuss maybe some packaging or trip options you may have as well that might interest them. So this is a great way to get that audience onboarded, if you will, and it's a nice ice-breaking tool, obviously, in and of itself. Other things you want to discuss with your Divemaster candidates during this time, obviously, are going to be the course logistics and schedule, but you may also want to discuss some opportunities for continuing education, in particular, some of the specialty course offerings like deep and search and recovery, which will augment some of the workshops they have for those courses really nicely, right? And they'll get a certification at the end of the day as well. Other things that make sense at this level, EFR instructor ratings, or the DSD leader option, oxygen provider, and then some of the Divemaster conducted specialties can be nice tools to build onto your package offerings as well. So you'll probably want to think creatively based on where you're teaching or what the season might be, and have a couple of packages on tap to offer these folks. Some other areas here that are important to have a look at are going to be in your guide to teaching in the general suggestions area here for the Divemaster section. You'll see there's some nice helpful sequencing reminders here on things that I need to do and things that I need to check as the instructor when they get to me, right? So there's the 2 learning options that are discussed here. Either they do e-learning or they're going to complete the course using the book with you covering the knowledge development in person, right, with them. And this gives you a lot of opportunity to fill in additional information, having them face-to-face learners as you might need to, giving them context for equipment items you might have, again, in some of those packages. And so a way you can facilitate these here is by using the course lesson guides, which again are a saleable product here. Right, so this is where you're going to find the roles and characteristics of the PADI Divemaster presentation that you'll need to cover with everybody, but also contains the rest of the course lesson guides if you're conducting the course in person with the Divemaster manual. All right, very cool. Other places that are going to have very useful tools for you, the instructor, is going to be the training hub on the pro site here. If we filter it to the Divemaster course level here, right, and then select our language of choice, and you'll see it'll generate all the forms, the instructor materials that I need for the course, as well as the exams and assessments. So here's where you're going to find things like the knowledge review answer keys, if you wanted to have a look through those or use those for remediation purposes. But you've also got the final exam answer sheets and answer keys here as well to issue that exam in person, as well as the quick review, right, which you'll have here for the e-learners, right? This is where you're going to download that. You can also find this on the Classic Pro site, just as we had seen before in the toolbox / e-learning section there. You can find the Divemaster course quick reviews there as well, which is super handy. All right, and another place you can find the exam, obviously outside of purchasing a physical copy, is going to be the IDC Crew Pack, right? So you've got in there as an instructor access to the exams that you need to facilitate the courses that you can teach, right? So in here in the exam section, you'll find a copy of the Divemaster exams that you can download there as well, which is very helpful. So as a reminder here about the Divemaster exam, so the e-learning option here, you'll see the exam has both parts here for the students to take within the e-learning platform, so that is self-contained. The other option for people coming to you in person, obviously, is going to be the physical copies of the exam booklets, which we do suggest that you purchase. So it's best to call your regional training consultant to ensure that you have sets of those available for your students and candidates to take if you're going to be issuing that exam in person. The areas that you find it within the IDC e-learning as well as in the Training Hub are nice reference tools for you, however, as an instructor, if you need to have a look at some of the questions there or to assist in remediating things of that nature for you. Alrighty. Very cool. So with that, with a couple of things on the exam here itself, the final exam for the Divemaster course has two parts, as you see here, right? So there's two versions of the exam, A and B for each, 60 questions per exam itself, right? And so for this, if you have candidates who are completing Dive Theory e-learning, which is a really helpful supplement to this, and we'll talk about how that can be used a little bit more when we look at some of the theory sections here in just a moment. But if you have candidates who complete Dive Theory e-learning within the last 12 months, this can help them credit for the second half of the exam, so part 2 of the exam, if they score 75% or higher on that. So a nice way to use those tools to help them complete some of the requirements that they need. And then part 1 there, obviously they have to complete with you because it's got course-specific information and standards-based material in there that they'll need to complete in person, right? So again, a nice little helpful look at some of the resources we have available to us as instructors that kind of help organize and facilitate some of the interactive options for Divemaster training.